foxgloves, and yellow jackets. Welcome this evening to the Wednesday episode of FAE News Network. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I am here with Ion the Leprechaun, Discount Morbid. So, if you were interested in him, tonight's the night where you can get him for cheap. And Bear and Gunther Hammerhands, and famously Dana the Boggin. I feel like Count Morbid's propensity to come up with clever precursors to his name is spreading, because now Dana.
I'm like bacteria that way.
I
Dana
would agree.
Putting her last name behind her name at one point.
Well, sometimes I
still like the idea of if you ever go on Sealy, it definitely should be Infamous Dana.
Infamous Dana.
That might be next week once school is over.
Yeah.
Well, please allow me to first start off the show by saying please hit the like, subscribe, share, ring the bell if you want to get notifications of our upcoming shows. I'm super excited for some of our things coming here this week. We have a really cool author reads on Friday, but also for those of you who pay attention to what we do here, we, as far as I know, the voting for the 48-hour Sacramento Film Fest is still open. So we would super love it if you would maybe take a look at our film that was submitted to that, which was written and produced by Penelope, Pendragon, the Wish Fairy, and make a vote for whatever you feel is worthy of receiving your vote. The links for that are all in the low bar. For you to both watch and then also to vote, along with helpful information, I hope. So that would be very cool. And I think that's it for my obligatory announcements at the beginning of show. Gunther, that's my mug. You have
and
mugs
for those of you who are
Not every mug. Not every mug is your mug.
also for those people paying attention, please talk to me and let me know what's going on, because I got nothing.
I mean, always you just want people to randomly talk to you, or you want them to talk to you in the chat. By the way, hi, Holly, Beth, Ivy. No, you don't get to vote ahead of time, Morbid. And hi, diddly do neighbor. You should be fired. I know that's you in secret, Ion. Oh man. So we have had it. It seems like there's been so much time in between last Wednesday and this Wednesday. I mean, it does. It seems like our last show was forever away, even though the time is still flying so fast. I guess a lot of that just has to do with everything so rapidly changing. But we had a volunteer meeting for Fairyblossom Festival last night. It was last night, right?
Yes.
Yes. Were you there?
I mean,
I have to.
Right.
I mean, some part of me appeared in the hedge in order to do that.
I was going to say, I've heard a lot of talking, and I thought it was you, but if it wasn't, I should have taken notes so I could tell you what you said.
Actually, I took notes on my own self. So
Yesterday.
yes, I did, as a matter of fact. And tomorrow I plan on publishing all of the notes onto the Patreon channel so that anybody.
If you're doing a proper school paper, you're supposed to put the date up on the right-hand side of the paper to let you know if it was yesterday.
Out for summer.
Well, I one more day tomorrow.
School
forever.
Two
I assume if she took notes on herself, she wrote it on her arm.
Oh no!
Not a great canvas.
Oh no!
Is that why we got the long sleeves?
It's not. That's why it's kind of porous.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. What's porous?
Your skin.
Oh well, yes, of course. I
That's
heard
why you
that
use primer.
salons were open again. And now we can all go get our toesies done.
Did you
That's
put
very
that?
exciting.
Did you make that thing? You and Morning Glory.
Oh, yes, with all my copious amounts of time. I was right on that this morning. Did you do it?
I didn't know I was supposed to do it. No one told me.
No.
I thought that was a girl thing. Girls do it. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, well, then I guess you don't need to go.
Do what now?
I mean, I'll sleep in.
Well,
She's excited for a pedicure.
It's not something I do.
hello, Poppy. I see you out there. Well, so one of the things that we discussed at the
Oh, good. Poppy's here.
Fairyblossom Festival meeting was the fact that we have to move the festival into July. So we're going to try to move it one last time in order to be within the guidelines for the reopening. I guess the human world has pushed it back, and so that means it overran into our time. And hey, Morning Glory, I see you out there. And you know what? You still can do it if you want. I realized today that maybe I don't make any guarantees when it comes to doing that kind of stuff. I basically just got up and worked. Oh, I see a Music Box Fairy. Hello, Music Box Fairy. I do not hear you though.
She's changing her castle. I think that's what. No, she's here. Okay.
I know. I just said
She's
that.
changing her cat?
What? She's changing
That's what
her
I heard.
cat. Awkward. How do you?
Oh man. I have nothing right now, really, honestly.
What did I walk in on? I'm changing what?
Your cat.
You're changing your cat.
I don't own a cat. Well, I have a kitty cat, but that's an actual goblin of mine.
I mean, but even if you did own a cat, is that something that you would be changing? I mean, and what do we even mean by changing the cat? Does the cat wear diapers? Does the cat, do you just need to swap it out for a different cat today? Or
right. Hey, you know what? That's my hidden magic talent. Poof, you're now a tabby. Poof, now you're yellow. Poof, now you're calico.
You're using transmogrify on your cat. Now you're not a cat at all. Now you're a dog. Yes.
Right. My niece actually did own a cat. It was so docile.
It's an eye cat where you change the wall.
Let's see. Oh wait. Okay, Music Box Fairy, you have a request from the audience. Somebody wants to see your crown and they would like it. So I'm embiggening you. So
yes.
I'm gonna. There you go. The whole screen. It's all you. Slow. You got to turn slow. Slower.
Slower.
Can we make?
There you go.
Can we make requests for things we want to see?
No.
Other people can. You get nothing. Oh man, it looks like you have a matching necklace there too.
Well, sort of, but this I got at Christmas, so.
I decided to actually go with a hat today, but now I don't even know if you can see. I have this little hat right here.
It's so
I have not worn. I know. I like mini hats, and I haven't worn one in a really long time. And since I was actually running a little bit early with more time than usual to get prepared, I thought, what could I possibly do that will make me late again? Because I can't be on time. I would just ruin my reputation entirely.
My God, man.
I outdid you, so.
Yeah, that's true. You did.
Totally and completely late because I completely forgot.
I just had a knock on the door.
Oh,
and
you did?
My eldest minion decided that I needed a flavored lemonade. And
is it lemon flavored?
It is not. There's some berry flavor in here that he doesn't know.
There's no lemon flavor in it at all?
A drink of their own. Wait, what? You have a lemon drink with no lemon in it?
No, there is. It's not flavored like lemon, though. It is lemon.
Ion, you're on mute. Do you know that? I did not put you on mute.
Nope, I did. Sorry.
Okay.
But he said, "Happy birthday, and have a flavored lemonade, and good luck with my my school tomorrow."
Well,
Yay.
I applaud your minion on bringing you drinks unbidden. However, I ding them for not being pretentious enough to put it in an awesome mug for you.
Yeah.
Like this one right here.
I
I
mean,
must take my minion.
this was my coffee.
That's my mug. That is my mug.
So here is my coffee half drank.
My
And
mug
I
right now.
definitely would rather have the lemonade. And then over here is my water in a clear. So
I mean, I'm just
Enjoy
saying. And you know,
tankard.
I don't even know why you have to use my mugs because you have plenty of your
I'm
own.
not
So
using your mugs. I'm using your tankard as a mug for me.
what tankard? I don't have a tankard.
This is a Look at the size of this thing. This is
I
definitely a
know.
tankard.
That is not
It's
a
the kind
tankard.
of mug
That is
you
a
put one
teacup.
of
That's a
those
mug.
For me, it's a
one of those
teacup.
little-
For her, it's a tankard.
No, that is the
Yes,
standard size for a teacup for me.
for a soup. You know how
No,
you can get
teacup.
those soups that come in like a packet and you put it in and you add some
Yes.
water? That is the perfect cup
Yes.
for something like that.
Yes,
Size
and my
alone does
brother-in-law
not
used to
dictate
make
the
coffee
label.
with those. That was his
Yeah.
measuring cup for the grounds to go into the coffee maker.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
He
wow.
made jet fuel.
Is that even how big of a coffee maker did they have?
He thought the basket should be full. That's when that's when it was good enough for him to run coffee through.
I just
Yeah.
Wow.
that's a lot of coffee. I don't think you understand how big that mug is. And I'm just thinking, is this
Yes.
an industrial
No,
coffee
you have
maker?
not. Okay, you did not. No, you have no idea. Yeah. This is Bob was about as big as Gunther. God rest his soul.
Gunther died.
No, Bob did.
Persephone says we're
About
all
15
very
years
pretty
ago.
tonight. Thank you, Persephone.
Yay!
And I think Holly is trying to actually cause trouble out there because Holly says there should be a mug off.
Ooh.
Does that mean we all
Mugging.
Mug-
have to get our
We should have a
Hey,
mugging.
hang on. Let
we
me go
all
get a
should bring
minion
our
so I can
best
mug
mugs.
them.
And then next week vote on who has the best mug. But what does the winner get if we have a mug off?
A
They
mug?
already have the best mug.
Are we sharing papers?
It'd be bragging rights,
I
right?
think, so the winner gets all the mugs.
What?
That seems a little.
What, like marbles?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to think of a good prize for a mug off.
A new mug.
No, Bob did.
Persephone says we're all very. Well, Persephone, it was your idea. I mean, Holly, it was your idea. What do you suggest for a prize for the mug off?
She doesn't call
Yes,
it trouble.
she
She tried
encourages
mine.
us in trouble is what she does. Let's see. The loser gets a new mug because how sad that they don't have a good mug. Yes, but somebody's going to have to front the human bill for a new mug. And they're not exactly cheap, to have a nice quality mug, you are at least looking at 30 human leaves. I might have to ponder this over the next week because I definitely like this idea. We just have to figure out how to accomplish the whole thing. Why are you changing glasses so many times tonight, Gunther? I wear my sunglasses at night. You have to sing it like he does, though. I just remember him in the way. I wear my sunglasses at night.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. One of my minions' friends was just listening to that over the computer earlier today.
And
I
it's
haven't
like,
heard
wow,
that song
where
in
did I
like
hear
2
this?
years.
Where have I never heard this archaic song from the
I don't know,
80s?
but we can see your
Speaking-
screen and the reflection of your glasses, Gunther.
Okay.
Speaking of archaic
Yeah.
songs.
Archaic news, yes?
Well, no, archaic songs specifically. I know I sent a copy of a medieval style Lady Gaga's Bad Romance to Faye Hollow. Apparently, earlier today they released Creep.
Ooh.
Oh
Like-
yes, no, we've been running pumped up kicks through many of my
I
friends'
love
groups.
that one.
That has been in my head forever.
Outrun my arrow.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it on. Okay,
Holy
cool.
moly rocks,
Stop.
we
I'm gonna
10
put it on.
10
But
seconds.
What do you mean 10 seconds? 10 seconds till what?
It's a 10-second. You have to play a 10-second clip for copyright issues.
What? No,
Yep.
I don't.
There are legal things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And I don't have to only play a 10
She's like,
second
I do
clip.
what I want.
What even are laws?
Like, you have to do that if you're attempting to take someone's video and then do something that you're going to make money off of. But
Okay.
Off this.
so
All right. So
But the real problem is, can you get the
otherwise
video
it's
to
just fair
actually play?
use.
Can you get it to play audio when you share it?
Yes, I can. I figured out how to do that. Ho, 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 ho.
Ooh.
ooh.
I know, right?
About time.
Oh, and then there's you who's over there just like, man, took you long enough. Okay, should I do Pumped Up Kicks or the Lady Gaga one, Bad Romance? I like the Pumped Up Kicks one. Yeah, okay. We're doing it. Okay, I'm letting the ad go by here. And
I like this.
oh, that's very loud. Okay, shh. Please skip this ad. Okay, here we go. I say pause. I say. Oh man, that didn't work. Okay. I know I can do it. I can get this, guys. It's a sudden thing. I was not prepared to do this, and so I have to. It takes a
I blame
minute.
whoever brought this up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tomo
guy.
arigato.
Dark sense of humor. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, can you guys see it?
Ah,
Oh, did I push the right button? I don't know.
there's a guy with an
Camera
arrow.
button.
I know. I don't know if I pushed the volume button though. Is the problem? So I'm gonna try it again.
Oh, is this one of the songs that has sound to it?
One of those. Unlike this one, Sound of Silence.
Share audio. Here we go. I'm trying to
How does
share
talk
the
about
audio.
it is definitely not the music parts, Fairy.
Okay, now you guys can see it. Okay, hold on, and you can hear it too.
By the
I'm
way,
just
I
waiting.
downloaded it for Fairyblossom.
Yes, I was so hoping you would do that.
I downloaded all of them, along with
what?
the ones that's just the music.
Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. I kind of want to see if they have a
One
place
with
you
the
can actually
words.
buy it.
This isn't the one with the words.
SoundCloud. This is the one oh it has no words? What?
No, you need to get the hold on.
Oh. God damn it. No, I was so excited. Okay. Man.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm trying.
Search for it
Oh.
with female vocals.
There we go. What?
It was search for it with female vocals. Medieval style with female vocals.
Man, I'm so upset. I almost had it. Okay. I didn't realize there was even more than one virgin. Okay, so while I'm doing this, though, one of the things that we talked about at
I
our
fell down a
volunteer
rabbit
meeting,
hole.
one of the things that we talked about at our volunteer meeting was that we have to push the festival into July, but that we're also going to have a harvest festival this year. And tentatively, I was calling it Puck Fair, but I'm not convinced that that's actually what I want to call the harvest fair. So, looking for names for the harvest fair, and it would be extra awesome if they had a fairy bent to them. So I thought I would put that out there just in case anybody has any ideas.
Yes.
Oh, you do. Oh, I don't know about you and your ideas. Well, what's your idea, Morbid?
He said he had it when he didn't say he was going to share it.
Oh, I was just remembering talking about spoonerisms last week.
So, so you like Puck Fair? You're still with that? You're like, yes, let's do that one. Hoping that sometime
Only
between
if
now
you
and
keep saying
the
it
rest of
really
time,
fast.
I mess it up. I see how you are. All right, let's see. I have it.
Hey, you have something.
What?
What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. About Puck Fair?
Me? I'm sharing it.
What?
I don't even know. I'm not listening to you.
We're not listening to you either.
I don't know. Have you heard me?
I try not to sometimes. It's a thing.
We've noticed.
Yep. Hard of hearing troll.
What?
Okay. I think it's doing the thing now. It is very slowly doing the 20 minutes for an advertisement. There's got to skip on that. Hey, there's Creep, medieval style with vocals. We might have to check that one out. Okay, here we go.
You're doing great.
Time. So I crush them. Kidding. Oh, love that little.
Kill the wabbit.
Kill the rabbit. Kill
Dun,
the
dun, dun, dun.
rabbit.
Spear and magic.
That was
helmet.
Hath a swift hand. He doth gaze upon the field, and he maketh a plan. And he hath a jaunty cap.
A jaunty cap.
Perched upon his head, he is a longbowman. He did find an old bow of yew, and a river of arrows in his father's chest. Therefore I cannot say, but he cometh for thee, yea, he cometh for thee. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, out my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow.
I can play this.
Father walketh all day, and he cometh.
Perhaps he bringeth me a gift.
You're not feeling it, right?
What?
All right. Why are we, well, what was that the weather?
Was what the weather?
What we just heard.
No, you did not just hear the weather.
There is a show called Welcome to Nightville, and anytime that they play a song, before they play a song, they go, and now the weather. And they switch over, and then there's a song instead of the weather.
Oh. Well, and now the weather?
Yeah, and then to the song.
And that was the weather.
But we just did the song, so, and that was the weather, folks.
We need a We need to get an editing team on this, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know why I would know that reference. I barely know what a television is these days.
It's not even a television. It's on the interwebs. You know the interwebs.
I don't think.
I
don't think that reference is what you think it is.
Did we have a prize to give away?
Do we? Yes. Roll the wheel of punishment.
Actually, yeah, we do. Sorry, I had the thing start playing music in the background. Yeah, we do have a prize to give away, and this today it is for the handmade pen from the Selective Scrivener. And so I guess I can go ahead and do that drawing because we should have our artist here in the backstage area pretty soon. Or do I see them down there? Okay, I do see them down there. Let's see. Yeah, the name picker. I would like to win this prize, for I love things which allow me to scriven. We had a lot of entries too.
So lots of people like to scriven.
I presume that they do. It seems as though I have seen a resurgence in people wanting to write or do pen pals ever since the quarantine.
Yeah.
It's the only time I get out of the house is to go check the post and see if it's come in.
Was that the only time you get out of the house?
Yeah, checking the mail.
You know what we forgot? We forgot. Oh, wait, stop making noise at me. Oh my gosh. The YouTube channel, it keeps making noise at me and it's driving me crazy.
I need a coaster.
Crazier.
Short trip.
Coaster. Coasters
Yes.
are good.
My drink is making water on my table.
Uh-oh. Close.
Condensation.
Shame.
Ah, yes.
Shame.
Hello, where's Ammie? Yay, I heard yays.
The loud one.
Ooh.
Yes, Michael Steamlead is the winner of the Selective Scrivener's hand turned pen this week, last week. You know what I'm trying to say. So
Next
we
week.
can get into contact with you and get information. Yes. No, congratulations on your win.
Woo.
This is a very. I gave this one very magical powers to make it an enchanted item, and so that is also kind of a fun little thing there. If for some reason we were to see this person in the hedge, hey, hello, kitty. I guess we're just yeah. Ooh.
That is a cat.
Poppy has suggested Honey Crisp Festival. Honey Crisp.
Ooh.
Honey crisp.
I thought that was a
Apples.
breakfast
It is a type of
Does that make you? Yeah, it's a type of apple. It makes me want to put that in my mouth. Okay, well, I have to kick somebody in order to bring our artist in. So
It should be the Honey Crisp Gala.
all right, Morbid.
Oh God.
Oh, I guess Gunther's going away. Wait, no. Hey, kitty, that's where my camera is, and you're all over my. Oh, hi, baby. Yes, you're purring. You're on my keyboard, and then you're loving on my light. Okay, I guess Gunther is gonna be kicked. Well, here we go.
Kicked himself.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are doing great. Well,
Awful.
I don't know. Yeah, except Morbid. He's never doing good. That is the.
Don't
that
laugh.
is
It only encourages them. Yeah.
It does.
I mean, oh, I'm sorry. I'm slightly distracted. I have a cat over here super wanting my attention. I'm looking for your banner so I can get you your banner up here. So, elementals of self. Yes. No, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're from, et cetera, et cetera. Give us the initial lowdown.
So the initial lowdown is my name is Maribel, and I am from the Olympia area in Washington State. And I became disabled due to this is how I came to do art. And So from that, it became a choice of you can sit around and just be, a lump and not be able to do anything, and caused a lot of time where I was just by myself, right? And this is a time very much so in society where people are private, having struggling times with it and things like that. And so 2 years ago, my husband was like, you need to find something to do, something to fulfill you, because, doctors gave up and said, have a nice life. We can't help you. So physical therapists, same thing. So I started to do art. And so I use things that I had around me. And so I use things like plastic bottles and like.
Also, now what kind of art do you do?
So I do sculptures. So I do sculptures like this guy.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna embiggen you here really quick.
Ooh.
And so this one is made out of a plastic bottle. I forget what kind. The back, those are straws that I melted, and the flowers are made out of coffee cup lids, and also
Nice.
that I hand mold. And the stamens are made out of pieces of plastic that I also hand mold as well.
So this upcycled sculpting is the art form that you chose. Is that related now to what you were suffering from with your whatever your accident was and your rehabilitation, as to why you chose this medium?
It was just on hand, and so I wanted to do something with it, and I just started playing with cardboard, and I started playing with plastic, and it just kind of grew into a life of its own.
Well, that tends to happen, I suppose.
It's alive.
Roar.
Feed me
Um,
some more.
And
It does have a
so-
little bit of an Audrey 2 kind of vibe.
And how did you come about the name of your business? I'm curious. Is that related to what you do here?
So, elementals of self, like elementals, what the artwork is about going within and knowing that you're enough, and then healing yourself within, sitting with yourself and knowing that you have the strength and power to get through whatever life cans you, like, for example, the giveaway is butterflies, and so butterflies.
Okay. We will get to that in just a second.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, we can do that right now, but I thought maybe we would take a look at your Etsy store and.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It kind of just like, we all love people in life, and we're just like, gosh, I wish that they just knew that they were enough, that they could get through this and know how much they're loved, and so that's kind of where I was for a lot of it, and I wouldn't have gotten through without my friends who were there to support me and to remind me of that when I needed reminders, and sometimes you can remind yourself too, so it doesn't have to be somebody else.
So here is your shop that we're looking at, and can you tell us a little bit about some of these pieces and where you take your inspiration from?
A lot of times it's just music, or I have dreams, really weird, vivid dreams where I think of them in my head and I just kind of make them. So,
Well, that's very Lovecraftian, but in a bright way.
Did you say pretty Lovecraftian?
I mean, yes. Lovecraftian and pretty.
So I mean, and it's like I like, you know, pumpkins and toadstools and other creatures, and it just kind of, you know, went and grew a life of itself.
Art
you know,
does that.
and just keep on expanding.
And so now and how about the painting of these? How does that work? What is this? Tell me about that. Do you mix your own paints? Are they UV? Can we see them under a black light? Is somebody typing? I'm sorry, one second. Somebody is making noise. And I don't know who it is. All of you, be quiet. I don't know. Nope. Yes, that is it. Whatever it is, I can hear it, and it's very loud. Is that you, Morbid?
I don't.
Oh, it might have been him. No? Who else? I don't know. I don't know who I'm hearing. Because everybody else is on mute. Okay, so I guess we just have to suffer with whatever noise I hear. Am I the only one who can hear that?
No, I can
No,
hear,
you're
is
not.
the cat playing with something?
No, I have no idea. I have no cats around me. And I don't know. That's frustrating.
Indeed.
Anywho, okay. Tell us about this work, if you will.
So what I do is I build an armature, and so the armatures are made out of like different types of plastic, and then I melt them together to form the shapes, kind of like this guy who's waiting to get painted out and everything. And so
oh, you have one in your hand? Ooh, what's in big in you? Let's see what you have here.
So like this guy. And so it starts off as an armature. And then what I do is I paint them out in white paint, like this guy. And then just so that it's an even color all over. And then what I would do is I'll take different types of inks from pens, crack them open, and mix them together to get the colors. So I hand mix everything because I'm really picky about pigmentation and depth of color and things like that. And I like everything to be bright and vivid. And
can you show that again, the pen thing that you were talking about?
Oh, yeah, sure. So like I use Sharpies because they have a lot of pigment. And
you take
I'll
them
mix
apart?
Yeah, I crack them open.
Wow.
With and I rip them open. Yeah.
I guess I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, it's not a thing. I just came up with I was like, I just think I could do this.
That could get really, really messy if you don't do it carefully, though.
Yeah. How do you do that without
I
being messy?
Oh, my husband just he initially showed me. He's like, "Oh, just pop them off here and you can pull them out." And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing!" So then, he got me a tool to crack them open easily, so that he didn't have to constantly do it for me.
That's amazingly supportive.
Yes, right. And so then I just stick them in rubbing alcohol, and that takes all the colors, and so then it becomes usable. And then I'll just take little containers and paint with that, and then I'll use droppers and Q-tips because I can't really use brushes, and it's a lot for me to hold. It's heavy in my hands, so I'll paint with Q-tips or sandwich bag ties, And yeah.
So I saw that there was a piece of paper that comes with your purchases. What is on that piece of paper?
So it just talks about it's recycled paper, and it talks about the meaning behind the elementals themselves, so that everybody gets one with the purchase, so that they whoever has it can read it and feel the meaning behind it, and hopefully take that with them every day in their life. And so, that's the one thing I missed.
Can anyone else
Lolly,
hear
you are
Lolly right
muted.
now? Can anyone else hear Lolly?
No, she's
Nope.
muted. Now she's not muted.
There, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, is that crackling me? It might be me. I was trying to ask if there's any questions from the audience or from you guys that you would like to lay on our artist.
So I have a question. You said that you melt plastic to make the forms. Do you hurt yourself sometimes when you do that? I mean, I would be worried about someone having to be careful with that.
Hear that question?
I couldn't hear anything.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello?
I can hear you, but I guess
I can hear you.
cannot.
I could hear you. Maribel, are you not able to hear Ion when he asks you a question?
That used to happen to me all the time.
I can't. I just hear crackling.
Okay. The question was, what was the question, Ion? Can you repeat it and make sure to speak?
I was asking her about whether or not she hurts herself when she melts the plastic, or if she takes measures to be safe.
How dangerous is working?
Okay.
Basically?
That crackling was not coming from me because I had myself on mute and I could still hear it. So the question, can you hear, Maribel? The question was, do you ever hurt yourself while using hot plastic, or is there some kind of a precautionary method that you use to keep that from happening?
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I use gloves. So they're what hairstylists we use. They have like plastic tips on them so that they can absorb the heat. And I have burned myself a few times.
Ouch.
It's and I recently got like a mini torch, like the kinds that you'd use when you make like creme brulee or whatever. So I'm like super careful. You want to burn anything?
That it seems like it's a hot thing. So what did you bring then for tonight's giveaway?
I brought they're butterfly patches, and so we get like 2 large ones, and then
A selection of butterfly patches. These are the kind that you might sew onto clothing or some such.
exactly, so you can keep them with you wherever you would like.
Very pretty.
Yes. Well, that looks like a fun little thing addition. Perfect to go on. Man, I cannot tell if that noise is me or not, but perfect to go on. I was going to say like Faire favors or on cloaks. That would be an awesome thing to sew on. So, well, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, all of your information, as always, scrolling across in the ticker, also on the low bar. And we would encourage everybody to please check out Elementals of Self over the next week. And if you purchase from them, of course, we will enchant your items. If so, I hope you have a good evening, and I bid you adieu.
Adieu.
Adieu to you and you and you.
Sounds like someone's chewing on the phone.
I think it was
Yes.
hers. I think that our guest was listening to us talk at the same time, and it was causing a little crickly sound on her microphone.
Oh. Oh, I have no idea. So you mean you think that whatever.
I didn't want to be mean and say it's our guest.
Did we pick a magic word that people should be putting into the comments for?
Forgot about that.
Yes, I did. And
Upcycle?
because she uses very close, because she uses upcycled materials, I thought that the magic word this week would be short and sweet, and the magic word is 3R. So if you want to enter to win the butterfly patches, and I believe she's going to give a selection of those to the winner, then after the show, in the comments section below on YouTube, just type 3R for the reduce, reuse, recycle. Ah, you called it, Count Morbid. Are you thinking like me?
No, I was thinking reading, writing, and arithmetic.
You know that only one of those starts with R, right?
And only one of them I can do.
Is it
That
too
checks
bright
out.
over there?
What's
I
wrong
mean,
with Ion
Gunther,
Space?
you're... What do you mean? What are you talking about? Nothing is wrong with his face. What's wrong with Gunther's face? Oh, he's Darth
feel like
Hooded.
Gunther.
I
I
steal my
see.
mood lights.
It's all hooded today.
Whatever. He's changed his sunglasses like 3 times, and he's now got a hood over his eyes.
I think he just took a nap while he was away. Naps are good, right?
I'm not sure if he finished the nap yet.
He naps through life. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, I've tried to sleep through this before.
I need more naps. That's what I think is actually going on here.
Sometimes I just want to crawl into bed during this thing.
What? Your bed is preoccupied right now. It has a sexy skeleton in it.
Yeah, Frank is taking selfies.
That's almost redundant. Sexy skeleton is kind of redundant, really.
Only to you, Count Morbid.
I mean, where's that thing I'm looking for? Oh, there it is.
I don't even know because I don't know what thing you're looking for.
Articles.
I know. I'm going to articles right now, as a matter of fact, while Count Morbid is in the background doing whatever he's doing. So, mysterious shackled skeletons found in ancient Greek mass
You have
graves.
an automatic bed.
Speaking of, yes, he does.
Jelly here.
You got jelly? What kind?
Morbid Manor is fully automated.
Except that the light is not on your magic mirror.
I'm looking right now at all of our titles to make sure that we don't have anything that I definitely shouldn't click on.
I made sure that I thought.
for a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For a while there, I thought Morbid wanted to be painted like the French sexy.
Ooh, what's this? This is cool.
Like one of your...
Okay, this is cool. So I'm gonna do. I hope people will want to see that one. Okay, 2 more to go. Okay, So option number 1 is going to be this giant 16th century Colossus sculpture in Florence, Italy, has entire rooms hidden inside of it. That is awesome. And let's see that. So giant Colossus. Now that is redundant, by the way.
A giant Colossus, yes, yeah.
Yes, as opposed to the miniature Colossus. And I guess going ahead to keep with, the skeleton thing, mysterious shackled skeletons found in ancient Greek mass grave. So if you would like to hear about, I have a sneeze, a giant Colossus, press number 1. And if you would like to hear about shackled skeletons, press number 2. The timer goes now. And no voting ahead, so there it is. Let's see. Aha.
Is anyone else having a
Poppy
sound
is out to
problem again?
disappoint you, Morbid.
No.
A sound problem? No. Everybody is hearable right now. I think they're just being quiet. We have 1 vote for number 1, which is the giant Colossus, and number 2 is the shackled skeletons. I'm trying to say these things. The giant Colossus and shackled skeletons. I mean, I guess it seems like they must be thieves or something, or maybe they died in prison. Do any of you guys have votes? We're just going to go with Poppy's vote. Poppy is the 1 vote. Oh, no, we have a vote for number 2. 2 votes for number 2. 1 vote for number 1.
I vote 1.
We have 2 votes for 2, and 1, 2, 3 votes for 1. Uh-oh. Number 1 takes the lead as the timer gets down into the last few seconds as it goes. Who's going to actually win? Number 1, 3, pulls ahead in the last few sand grains to take the lead and win. All right, here we go.
So we
Number 1.
The enormous colossal giant. Is that what it is?
Yes. In fact, how many words can we think of to make it more redundant? The enormous giant
Colossus.
I was gonna say
Enormous giant of colossal size.
Okay,
but I don't know if that's.
I need to just address Morbid's foot fetish right now.
What? No, there's no.
He's just a little personally.
Plan, then.
I think his friend is walking all over him.
Oh man,
It's like a piggyback ride.
this. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and.
Muscles.
Of what?
I don't even know what's happening.
Why we need muscles? I mean, he's just like flopping all over the place.
I mean,
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Doesn't that just look cool? I really want to go see this now.
Oh yeah, that is Colossus.
Well, it's not the Colossus of Rhodes, which is kind of what I think of when I hear the word. But I mean,
the X-Men.
what? I thought it was a Cyclops.
There's also a Colossus in X-Men. He's big in metal and Russian.
Well, this epic Colossus, as you can see in the article right here, half man, half mountain, erected in the late 1500s by Italian sculptor Giambologna, served
his name.
now as a symbol of Italy's rugged Apennine Mountains. It stands 35 feet tall over the ground of the Via di Pratolino in Tuscany. Hey, I've been to Tuscany. It's beautiful and is definitely a sight to see.
Apparently, Holly wants to take a picture of it like she's picking its nose.
She wants, what do they call those? Perspective shots.
Yeah, right.
I did one of those with the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Fremont Troll too, right?
What?
I said you tried to pick the nose of the Fremont Troll, though, right?
I did one with the Fremont Troll. That's true. Wow, good memory.
I got one.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, basically, you have one when you want to remember incriminating tidbits on people. The rest of the time,
I'm having a problem with the sound, so I'm going to dip out of the room for a moment.
okay. That sometimes happens. Okay, back to the thing. So what's more, this statue has a mysterious secret. It has so many hidden rooms that serve different functions. It's also said that there's a hidden space in the statue's head made specifically for a fireplace, which would blow smoke out the statue's nostrils when it was lit. That's cool. Although it doesn't sound very well ventilated.
We get it, Italy, you vape.
The park now operates each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And anybody who wants to explore this statue more, that is super cool. Huh. I wonder if he built it there or carved it out of the actual stone or something. And do we get to see inside any of these rooms? Ooh, cool. Okay, here's like a... What do you call this? A replica, yeah. But a model replica. Because it's showing you what's inside. And here's some stairs you can go up. And is this where you enter the back of his head?
That sounds like being John Malkovich.
I was thinking more of the dualisms, homunculus.
The dualisms of a homunculus?
No. Rene Descartes, who proposed dualism, talked about a homunculus inside everyone's head to control them.
Ah, yes. All the little blue men that live inside of people. Or wait, what about the thetans?
They just cause bad emotions, I think. I don't know.
It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. So we don't actually get to go in and see. I'm kind of sad. But this is so cool looking. You wonder if what?
Corn grows on his feet.
Ew.
Talking about him getting corns, huh?
Yep.
That sounds really gross.
Amazing.
That's why we have ankles that keeps our calves from going down and eating up all the corn.
Welcome back.
This is just like
So the audience knows discount Morbid is no longer on discount.
Well,
that was terrible but hilarious all at once. I'm not even sure how I feel about that joke.
I can't even lay claim to that one either.
It sounds like something one of your younglings might come in and say to you.
It was part of an actual essay that a little boy wrote, and ended up his teacher submitted it as this funny to different magazines, and it was in a magazine in my chiropractor's office when I was like 14.
Count Morbid, say
I mean,
something. I can't hear you.
And these were his facts. These were his facts about the human body.
He's faking it. He's trying to fake you out. No, he's not on mute.
Oh, he's just being a jerk? Okay.
No, I didn't want to interrupt the music box, Fairy, on account of not being a jerk. And that's...
Oh.
So that's not very you. Are you going CD then?
Oh, gosh. No.
Are you feeling well?
No, I mean, we are both unseelie, so, like...
Yes, professional courtesy.
Right.
Professional courtesy. I guess that makes you two the only unseelie in the whole stream.
Except we're not, like,
Toss
we're unseelie, so we're already unprofessional?
Toss a coin to you on CD?
Yes.
We
have some rotating unseelie. We also have Sir Nettle often. We
also unseelie your Sworn Knight.
Yes. We only have 2 tonight because Fairy Princess Lovely, being in charge, likes to stack the deck.
Right.
Famous Dana.
Which is
hold
understandable. That is, no, I
Isn't
mean,
the angry one on Sealy too?
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I would stack the deck if I
She's just angry.
There would be one Sealy maybe.
Now, first of all, stacking the deck is not okay. That's cheating.
Oh,
Yes!
But
because we know
using the rules in your favor to maximum advantage is within the rules and not cheating.
And immoral.
By the way,
See, I'm all about
I don't think we can count the angry elf as separate from. I mean, I think we only occasionally hear her growl off camera.
Yeah, well,
Are you trying to say that the angry elf is just an outgrowth of famous Dana, like some kind of I don't know, like an extra personality that lives? Who was that? Who was that guy in that show?
Elf, the angry elf was a growth on famous Dana.
It was at one time.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It was 18 years ago.
Because it grew out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say she was a crotch goblin at one time.
Oh God.
At
Who are
one
we
time,
gonna-
she still is.
Someone has to explain.
I mean, all of
She
mine
grew
are.
out of it.
Where is this conversation going, ladies?
Down.
Straight down.
So the angry
man.
elf has her own
Kitchen to work in.
yes, kitchen that she is working in instead of mine.
That's a good job for her.
All right, here we
I
go.
think so.
Article number 2. Yeah, so she's
we got
getting
articles.
experience in human kitchens. Yes, we do.
It is a little spooky.
They're like rules, because how could you possibly be on Sealy if we didn't have rules that you could break?
Yeah. Ooh, Tori. Anyway, read the
You know,
article.
I'm trying, but there is a cat right in my way. Pew, pew. Come on. Oh, feisty. Here we go. Bodies buried with measure of respect, suggesting they weren't slaves, common criminals. At least 80 skeletons lie in a mass grave in an ancient Greek cemetery, their wrists clamped by iron shackles. They are the victims, say archaeologists, of a mass execution. But who were they, how they got there, and why they appear to have been buried with a measure of respect all remains of mystery. I mean, maybe because they were just human beings, or they were
No, if they
found
left the
in-
iron shackles on them, it had to be something magical.
Oh.
I mean, if it's iron,
I was going to say
very
this is not
natural,
the year. This
Iron sounds very painful, so they must have done something bad for iron to be involved.
They were found earlier this year in part of the Phaleron Delta necropolis, a large ancient cemetery unearthed during the construction of a national opera house and library between downtown Athens and the port of Piraeus. Few people have been able to get in to have a close look, but on a rare tour of the site, archaeologists carefully showed Rodus the skeletons, some lying in a long, neat row. In the dugout sandy ground. Man, that was hard to say for some reason. Others piled on top of each other, arms and legs twisted, with their jaws hanging open. They have been executed all in the same manner, but they have been buried with respect, said Stella, whose last name I can't say, the head of excavations. They are all tied at the hands with handcuffs, and most of them are very, very young and in a very good state of health when they were executed. The experts hope DNA testing and research by anthropologists will uncover exactly how the rows of people died. Whatever happened was violent. Most had their arms bound above their heads and wrists tied together. But the orderly way in which they have been buried seems to suggest that there were more than slaves. They were more than slaves or common criminals. Let's see. It's a period of great unrest for Athenian society, a period where aristocrats and nobles are battling with each other for power. One of the strongest theories is that they were supporters of Cylon, an Athenian noble and Olympic champion who staged an attempted coup in Athens in 632 BC with the help of his father-in-law, the tyrant Megara. The coup failed and Cylon hid in a temple of the Acropolis. He managed to escape, but the people who backed him were killed. Perhaps with the DNA tests we will do on these skeletons, we may confirm or not that this hypothesis that these deceased, these young people, could be part of a coup, an attempt by a noble to take power by force. Who was he trying to overthrow? That's what I want to know.
Me.
No, you were not alive in 650 BC.
You're
old.
that.
Not that old.
I might be that old.
I'm pretty sure you're not that old.
I mean, did you see my birth certificate?
You don't act that old.
I don't. You know why? You only act your age if you want to be old. That's how it is.
Oh, I see. Okay, so more than 1,500 bodies lie in the whole cemetery. Some infants laid to rest in ceramic pots. Other
That's actually
adults,
sad right there.
it is, but infant mortality rate was quite high, basically for all of history, until only the last century.
Count Morbid wants back in, by the way.
Oh, did Count Morbid leave?
He does sometimes.
Oh.
Usually it changes.
What do you say, Count Morbid? Say, pretty please. Come
tried,
on,
though.
put it in the chat, Count Morbid. Pretty please. Sugar
tried,
on top.
He tried once, but it gave him gas, so let's not do that.
I see him. He's sticking his tongue out at me. Pretty please. Say it. Type it, Count Morbid. I know you. I know you're in the chat. What? Don't moon me. he's telling me to kiss his butt. He will not. I should have just waited till exactly that moment to add him back in.
It was a possibility.
Or, that'll replace him again.
So I was trying to say earlier, this is not the year to find unexplained deaths or mysterious pools that have not been opened for 1,000 years. Do not open up. Do not open up like that sarcophagus. Do not.
Because
What sarcophagus?
There's a plague that will fall out of it, is what you're saying, yeah?
Yes. Well, no. I'm saying that this is we've got enough going on this year that
no one needs to be cursed
people
by
who have been. Don't unshackle them. Wait a few.
Well, what is next month's emergency supposed to be?
Yellowstone.
I think we skipped part of it.
Isn't it Yellowstone's blowing up?
Yes, either super volcano and or earthquake.
There's a meteor.
Wow. Holy smokes. I saw some weird article saying that this year was actually the year 2012 on the Mayan calendar.
It's not, but that's okay.
For those who don't have a calendar, why do you quote people?
What do you think about this idea, Ion?
That's wrong. The math doesn't check out.
I mean, you can't just say, listen, you can't just say it's not and expect everybody to believe you. You have to have a rational reason for that.
I believe Ion. Raise your hand if you automatically believe Ion.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Ion can in fact to say, no, that's not true.
Listen, that guy knows somebody called calculus. I don't know what that means. But serious, okay?
If Lovely says, I just saw something on the internet, and Ion says, no.
I'm just saying that there's some math involved. And I asked Lolly once what 2 + 2 was, and she told me Thomas Jefferson, sucker. So, just saying.
Hold on. Beep,
Well,
beep, beep. We're backing
fair-
up so we can run you over again.
To be fair, wait, wasn't Thomas Jefferson the second president?
Third.
I think that's where the 2 came from, but I don't know. Right?
John Adams was the second president.
John Adams was the second president. He was also the fourth one, but his name was Quincy in the middle.
No, Quincy was the 6th.
Sixth? My bad. There's just no one.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Ion Proves Everybody Wrong show.
Yeah, Ion ruins everything.
Yeah.
Hobby wants to know which one of us thought that Uber ARF was a real thing. And
Let's kill you. Let's kill you.
Say Puck Fair. Okay.
It still could happen.
Puck Fair.
It still could happen.
Spoonerism.
Why is Puck Fair
I'm-
not
I don't
happening this year? I'm very upset by this.
There's a disease
Wait,
out.
what?
And,
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
the
a
real
disease
Puck
out.
Fair. Yeah, so the name Puck Fair, the reason that I thought this would be a cool name for our Harvest Festival is because Puck Fair is the oldest festival in Ireland dating back to the 1300s. And it has been going consistently every single year since the 1600s. And I guess this year is since 1613. So this is the first year this year since 1613 that Puck Fair is not going to happen. It has been canceled due to.
So what you're saying is we should relocate it instead of canceling it.
the history
I don't think I have enough
depends
goats.
on where it's at.
I think I need to acquire some goats.
Are you trying to
Well,
barter somebody to marry?
I thought the name Puck was cute because, Robin Goodfellow. And, but the real story of the Puck in the Irish Puck Fair is that Puck is the name of a goat that saved the town where it started from invaders by bleeding really loudly or something. I don't know. So they do all kinds.
Is that why they don't want to buy a goat? Not for bartering, but just to warn us?
Welcome to the part of Fairy News Network where we just make suggestive animal noises.
I thought it was
What's your
still-
suggestive animal noise?
Even.
I thought you were making
All
fun of
right,
my
you
feet.
bad boy, but no more freebies.
That's so pervert. That's my dad.
It was terrible.
So bad.
I mean,
That's what bleeding means, is to bah.
Or
well,
bleed.
all I know is that in my head, when I think of a little goat bleeding, I see their triangle pointed tongues in my mouth because their tongues are really long and triangle-y pointed.
What?
Blah.
You know way too much about goat tongues.
Listen, you just blew my mind with that one, all right?
Listen, everybody here has watched a baby goat video. I am not the only one.
I only
Yeah,
watch
but usually the ones I watch, they just fall over. They don't show their triangle tongues.
I've been run over by a goat. So,
Fainting goats are hilarious. I don't care what you say. Okay?
What makes them faint?
Goat
Scary.
videos are the greatest of all time.
Something scares them.
It's a chemical process or something. I don't know. Ion, do you know what makes them faint? Fainting goats faint?
it's a genetic disorder in fainting goats.
Yeah, I think they just have a blood pressure problem or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I read about it at one time, but I don't remember.
They get
Suddenly I'm
surprised
just
at, like,
going low carb with Fairy Princess Ollie. Stop from having high blood pressure so I don't faint.
Goat cheese is delicious.
I think they originally thought it was just a defense mechanism, like playing dead, like a possum, but I don't think that's true. I think it's some sort of condition.
No, it's some sort of genetic.
Goat is like,
disorder. Yeah. Well, I mean, and the funny thing is, it happens even when they're just excited about like food coming. Like food comes along and they're like, clunk.
Yep. Another
don't have to
goat
be
scared.
will
You
faint
just have
and
to be
scare
happy.
the goat, and they'll faint. They're like dominoes.
It's only one kind of goat that faints.
Yes. Yeah. Only one kind.
You know the one
Only
called
kind
the
of
fainting
pygmy
goat?
called the fainting goat.
I don't even know how we got on this, but this is a cool article. Let's
Because
see.
of
Giant owl chicks hatch in a man's window planter, and now they watch TV with him.
That's right.
That's funny.
Where do you get the owl seeds for this?
The owl seeds. They're actually called owl pellets, and you can harvest them from the forest floor.
Oh,
I can
that's
harvest
gross.
them from my backyard.
That's gross. Both of you are gross.
Everybody poops, Gunther.
They're not
They
poop.
throw up. It's still gross.
It's also not poop.
Yep.
You're not poop.
It's not.
So what you're saying is, as long as it's not poop, it's okay.
Hey, I was the one that would gather them up and give them to the first graders to dissect.
Very Princess Lolly is trying to read an article.
Wow. And then everybody got quiet. From now on, I'm going to make you make everybody get quiet.
I couldn't hear what Count Morbid was saying over the sound of wine.
I don't know. I keep hearing myself go.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, we have the giant owl chicks article, or we have Oak Bay Woman's Fairy Map offers a magic escape during pandemic. So if you want to hear about giant owl babies, then press number 1. And if you want to hear about
One.
The Fairy Map, press number 2.
That's not what pressing means. That's not what pressing
Yeah, well, I'm not in the
Did you
thing.
say giant owls? How big
Giant
are
owl
we
baby.
talking about?
Yes, it says giant owl chicks hatch in a man's window planter, and now they watch TV with him. Owls, number 1. Everybody wants to hear number 1. This is not even a contest. All right, number 1 it is. But I feel obligated for the timer to run out, even though it's not even a single person has put number 2. But every single grain of sand is just one little abrasive irritant for Count Morbid. And so I just, here you go. Just watch them go, Count Morbid. Go. Look, he passed out.
Is their favorite TV show Doctor Who?
The owls, Doctor Who. Okay, here we go.
Man, you guys are.
I'm getting there. It should be pulling up. And
Any minute now.
look at those are the chicks.
Holy!
The world's largest
box.
owl laid eggs in a Belgian man's planter box, and now the enormous birds won't leave. Here we go. When a Belgian man recently heard noisy birds on his balcony planter, he assumed it was those pesky pigeons again, because pigeons and owls sound so much alike. But when he finally went to take a look, he discovered 3 huge owl hatchlings. With a little research, he learned that they are members of the world's largest owl species, Eurasian eagle owls, whose wingspans can reach 5 feet when they are full grown. That's all of this, basically.
That's a giant owl. Yeah.
Are you calling me a giant owl?
You're not an owl.
But my wingspan is 5 feet.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's probably more than 5 feet.
Which means it's also at least 5 feet.
I can measure your wings right now if you want.
Arms, wings.
I think they sort of look like poodle owls. Eagle owls are rare in heavily human-populated Central Europe, and they remain mostly in Russia and Scandinavia, and are relatively difficult to photograph in nature. But in a window planter, no problem. Yeah.
How big is that planter?
No, apparently big enough for all of these owls right here. But not these chicks. They've been hanging outside Joss Bart's 3rd-story apartment window all spring, giving him a front-row view of their impressive growth. Bart says they spend a lot of time staring at each other, and that they especially seem fascinated when he turns on the television, lining up and attentively watching it with him.
Maybe he watches all mice television.
He's watching Planet Earth.
Yes.
So he's
Hey,
popular
that's
with
cousin
the
Eddie.
chicks. Either that or he's playing wingman.
By the way, I was going to say I'm strangely familiar with buildings in like the Belgian area, and given how a lot of those buildings are constructed, the planter box is basically their own personal like garden or backyard.
Okay.
So have you been to Belgium?
Yes.
You have?
Yes. You kind
Have
of
you
What'd you
ever
do?
left your cave room?
Yes. Well, when I was a young
Did
lad,
you have
we had
waffles?
a foreign exchange student from
You were
Holland.
young?
Yes. Well, and there was a Holland at the time.
Whatever.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was back
I-
during the
I-
clogs and the windmills.
Yes. Well, yeah, they still have a lot of windmills. But yes, anyway, I visited him in Holland, and then we went to France, and it turns out you have to go through Belgium to get to France. So I've been to
Hi,
Belgium.
Christina. Oh,
I
so from
traveled.
Holland you have to go through Belgium to get to France.
Yes.
And you've been to
basically-
Holland too?
I just want to know if he had waffles while in Belgium.
I've been to a few European countries. I've been to England. I don't
No,
think
he did not have Belgian waffles while he was there, but he did have an English
had
muffin and some
stroopwafels.
French fries.
Is that what you call her?
I did have stroopwafels in Holland.
Oh, those are so good.
They are
I had those when I was
fantastic.
in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Yes, and I brought a whole bunch home.
I had some in America.
I was gonna say there are actually Dutch shops like in Portland, but I was gonna say the other thing is the fact that like driving from my barony up to the Emerald City would be about driving through 3 countries in parts of Europe, or I mean basically driving from say Amsterdam to Paris would be
Oh,
one state.
I used to drive farther than that every weekend. That's crazy.
But yes, you can pass through a lot of different countries in a few hours drive.
France is about
that
the
is
size of Texas.
Well, if you're going
Really?
125 miles an hour, it kind of helps the time frame too.
Don't tell them
I
how
don't
fast I
think
was speeding.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever.
That's talking the Autobahn.
really?
Sydney.
The Autobahn has put a speed limit on itself. now.
They did. When
Well,
did they do that?
It's always had speed limits in some parts of it because it's a huge road that spans something like all of Germany.
But yeah, they have now instituted a mandatory speed limit on the whole thing.
Wow.
To get slightly back to the article, does it say when people watching?
Yes.
No, it did not. I closed it because I had reached the end and it did not say that. I'm sorry. Are you disappointed by this?
I'm clutched in its talons and I don't know what to do.
You're such a feather duster. Okay.
I have a thing in my eye that is not my eyeball.
So every night he tells them, "I'll be seeing you."
Oh man,
It's nice that he has a
terrible.
bunch of chicks hanging around his place, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, he's popular with the chicks.
Oh, you guys are terrible.
He knows.
Well-
At least he knows how to pick up chicks.
I was just going to say, not great. Terrible is a bit of a push.
By the
Isn't
way,
there a
it's
song about that?
130 kilometers per hour, apparently.
Which translates to about 80, 85.
81.
Ooh, see, I was close.
Wow.
No, I just pretend like I'm not smart.
You're a very good pretender.
That's why I was the star in the movie and not you.
I was going to say I got the one line in that movie that I wanted. The one line I was hoping.
The one line we couldn't hear because you were whispering.
Yes, that one.
Hear it?
I heard it.
Yes. No. Yes. Basically, she had a line written about fear, And I really was hoping that she'd use my version of saying the line "fear" in the movie. So that was my one goal. Fear.
Yes. Fear, darkness. You know what I watched for the first time the other night? Well,
Educational video.
Good Omens.
Whoa!
What did you watch last night for the first time?
Oh, Count Morbid. Wow, can't believe you said that to me. I feel like that was so mean. I almost need to challenge you. I mean, some kind of a.
Did that one feeling you
What?
have get hurt? Did that one feeling you have get hurt just then?
It tingled a little.
I tinkled.
It's because you had something in your eye earlier. That's the only reason, right?
Oh,
He said Cthulhu or
So what were we
He's like,
doing
what
again?
video
did you watch?
Cthulhu or Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters.
I don't know. Suddenly, we're all trying to make weird Cthulhu shadow creatures, but it's not working very well because none of us really does that. No, what I was going to say was that I watched for the first time. Remember you were making fun of me because of the Vincent Price thing, and so we watched Thriller. Well, most of it, anyway.
Yeah.
First off,
hurts his head. It's so great.
To my eternal regret, I was not actually in front of my magic mirror when you first said you didn't know who Vincent Price was. I had to be filled in after I got back.
Catwoman, it's okay, man. I
Missed opportunity, man.
I introduced her on your behalf. It's okay, bro.
So you watched?
No,
Yeah,
I watched.
Thriller. Yeah, that.
Yes, but that wasn't the one. What were the other ones? It was Smooth Criminal, and there was another one.
Jackson, no, that's not Vincent Price. That's just Michael Jackson.
That's why I wasn't watching Michael Jackson for Vincent Price. I was watching Michael Jackson because I'd never seen it before.
Oh God.
I know Morbid watches Vincent Price for Michael Jackson, I guess.
Were you watching
that? Again, Vincent Price was also in Edward Scissorhands.
Right, I told her that.
Yes,
she didn't
a few other Tim Burton movies before he died.
What do you mean I didn't believe you? All you asked me was, have you ever seen Edward Scissorhands? And I said, yes. And then you said, okay. And that was the end of the conversation. What do you mean? There was nothing to believe or disbelieve.
Yeah, we told he was his.
Well, no. People often see movies without knowing the names of the actors in them, and then later have to be informed. That's perfectly fine.
Every sees all sorts of things. Doesn't know the people in it.
That's me. I don't ever know the names. Thriller and Smooth Criminal. Yeah, I don't ever know the names of anybody in the movies. So,
okay, what's Smooth Criminal attached to? What was it in? There was a movie it was attached to. Do you remember what that was called?
What do you mean?
There was a moonwalking movie.
Moonwalker.
Captain EO?
No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
The Wiz.
Captain EO was written by George Lucas and directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
It was actually kind of good.
I remember when they debuted it.
The Wiz was good. Diana Ross.
The Wiz was good.
It's good.
Yes, but I was saying Captain EO is also good.
Actually, the Wiz gave me nightmares as a little troll.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
It's because of the column.
The Wiz? It's like a rock opera of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross.
It's more of a it's an all like R&B cast.
How have I not seen this?
Michael Jackson plays the Scarecrow.
Although, if you think about it, the way that he moves his body when he dances, and the way that the original Scarecrow was,
Oh no!
Well, and this was before This was actually before his career took off that he did the Wiz. It was he was still
he's
kind
a
of like
star. He's always had a good career.
This was between Jackson 5 and Billie Jean's Not My Lover.
Yes, yes, between those.
Okay. Oh.
Basically, you know.
You don't
Interesting.
know. Keep on grooving.
I don't know.
That's like,
Moving on down
moving down the road. Yeah.
Moving on down.
He's on down.
Moving
He's
on
on
down
down.
the
Oh,
Oh, he's on
I
down.
sang that
He's on
in
down.
elementary school,
yeah.
and I was not allowed to watch The Wiz
Why were you not allowed to watch it?
for racist reasons because my mother especially,
Your
was
fairy parents were like, you can't watch this because it involves those humans.
No,
They're
it had nothing to do
terrible.
with
That had to be it. That absolutely had to be it.
yes.
Scarecrow. The Scarecrow. No. Too far.
Oh, humans were okay, but the scarecrows are right out. No talking animals. You cannot watch that. There is a puka in it, honey.
They
No.
didn't want the Yorkshire Terrier to
Oh
take
my
her-
goodness.
Yeah, I grew up on Dark
Not the
Old
horse
Hills
of
with
a
old
different
people.
color.
It's just that is just a walking advertisement for those magic mushrooms.
Oh no, I was
No,
allowed
that's
to watch
Alice
The
in
Wizard of Oz. I was not allowed
that's Alice
to
in
watch The
Wonderland.
Wiz.
Wait, you were allowed to watch The Wall, but not The Wiz?
I was allowed to watch The Wizard of Oz, but not The Wiz.
Okay, I was gonna say, could you
I,
watch
I
The Wall?
think perhaps we can move on because
Yes.
no good will come of this.
Yes, no good.
I believe, Count Morbid, I think you're probably right. But also, it is after 9 p.m. So, should we do one more article or should we call it an evening?
And your little dog, too.
One more. You want to do one more? So, let's see. Okay. The supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy suddenly lit up brighter than scientists had ever seen, and nobody knows why. Versus rare first glimpse at restored creatures created by stop-motion pioneer Ray Harryhausen.
Oh, go with Harryhausen.
Oh, Harryhausen.
If you would like to hear about the big hole, the big
That was perfect.
I don't like any of you guys anymore.
Absolutely.
Not my friends.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy I picked those
Sorry,
articles.
who's big?
That's
What
number
now are we
one.
talking about?
We're talking about Puck Fair.
Black hole number one, black hole number one, and Harryhausen number two.
2.
Oh man, black hole number one, Harryhausen number two. I don't even know who this Harryhausen guy is, but I guess I'm about to find out.
We'll have to fix that.
Yes.
Count Morbid is over there about to have another fainting spell. Like,
You know what's really funny? If we keep going with articles tonight, you'll eventually get to the fairy articles I put in. Because there are fairy articles in there. The psychology of fairy tales, even.
Oh, KV, she always steps in it.
Oh, that's fair.
whoa, even Poppy is yelling at me. The father of animation.
Well, especially stop motion.
Yeah.
Special effects.
Yeah, if you've ever watched
I
any
thought
of
the
the
guy
old,
that was the moon guy with the rocket in it.
What?
To the moon and back?
What on earth are you talking
have you
about?
ever watched? Okay, the old Clash of the Titans, the old
She's
all
thinking
of
of
the
the.
Clash of the Titans.
Who? What?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of that French movie that basically says going to the moon.
Yeah, it's called
Science
Moon
fiction.
and Back.
But also, it's stop motion. That director was quite famous for his films being in stop motion.
Right.
And in
Harry
fact, I
Hausen
used to-
comes later and he does stop motion clay sculptures to create effects.
Yeah.
Claymation.
Yeah, like the old Clash of the Titans and
they used
Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
I just think of the Christmas special with the geese. Here we come, a waffling among the leaves so green.
The one that
California raisins.
Yeah, that.
He's also influenced a lot of directors today, like Peter Jackson, Tim Burton, Joe Dante,
Yeah.
James Cameron.
Quit sounding like you're knowledgeable. I know you're looking at your tablet right now,
Also,
Peter.
fun fact: there is a mention of him in Monsters Inc. because basically what Pixar does is stop motion animation, but with computers. And so the big restaurant in there, we've got a reservation at Harryhausen's.
Nice.
The one, the French one, they were actually used that technique when they filmed the video for Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins.
All right, here we go.
It was the exact same video. But okay.
Oh yes, he's again one of the big scenes from Jason and the Argonauts is where they throw the dragon teeth into the ground to grow the skeletal warriors.
Yeah. Each skeleton.
I did not have to look at my tablet to know that part.
Yeah. It's amazing scene.
Mm-hmm.
If you're old enough to remember the terrifying creatures of Sinbad, then you'll be thrilled to hear that. Apparently, so is Gunther. Ray Harryhausen's models have been restored to celebrate his 99th birthday anniversary. Is this guy alive? Created by the legendary filmmaker who changed the face of modern cinema, the iconic characters have been taken from his remarkable archive and include the skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts and from his Sinbad series. The Minotaur, is that supposed to say Minotaur, not Minoton? The Minoton from Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger and Medusa from Clash of the Titans. And next year, you'll get the chance to see them in the flesh, so to speak, as they're set to go on display at the Scottish National Gallery of Modern Art and in Ray Harryhausen, Titan of Cinema, the largest and widest ranging exhibition of Harryhausen's work ever to be seen. Marketing wide, as in not narrow. The not narrowest ranging. Yes, wide. Marking the stop motion pioneers' centenary. The models will join newly restored and previously unseen material from Harryhausen's matchless collection and archive from the 23rd of May, 2020. Ooh, look at that cool Medusa.
I swear to God, I've been spending the last several minutes trying to see if Ray Harryhausen and Vincent Price ever did a movie together.
These are
because
cool.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they'd done a horror movie, but shockingly, I don't seem to see one.
Shockingly, you don't seem to see one.
But yes, he has influenced a whole range of directors. I think if you've seen Army of Darkness with the skeletons, it definitely has a Harryhausen kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Look at this fish man.
Isn't that the Kraken?
That is the Kraken.
Yeah, I was just saying that is
fish man.
I haven't seen
not one
any
of
of
those
these.
Greek fairies.
Well, you know.
Those are called skeletons.
It also has an owl callback.
But again, those are from Dragon Teeth.
Yep. Jason and the Argonauts, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cobra. No, it is not. It is a T-Rex? What?
Lost
no, I'm sure that's a cobra. That's definitely a
It's
cobra
got-
with the.
It's got arms.
Yes, it's one of the cobras that looks exactly like a dinosaur.
Uh-huh. Is that supposed to be Jason or one of the Argonauts?
I hope not.
No, I'm guessing it's an anime. Like I'm guessing it's a statue they have to fight or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably even captions
It
and everything.
was supposed to say Minotaur.
You're supposed to say Minotaur.
She did multiple
Your
times.
face is a Minotaur.
You
Well,
know,
I'm gonna come and
I'm gonna
gore
have-
you to death
Again, I blame Still Dorian for that.
I'm still the one wearing.
for my face being a minotaur. You blame Still Dorian? What?
Let's say yes.
You know what? You be quiet, Count Morbid. I'm just basically skipping the whole article and reading, looking at all the pretty pictures. Look at that cool owl. I wish we could see the
I
owl.
think that's fair. I was
So
going to say, I would
that-
just read the captions under the pictures to, label what's in them and everything.
Vanessa Harryhausen with numerous models created by Ray Harryhausen. So who's Vanessa? Must be his daughter. Collection. The Ray and Diana Harryhausen Foundation. And yeah, okay. So what is that owl? Did you know what the answer that is, Ion?
Yeah, that
Okay.
owl is from the movie Clash of the Titans. It's a gift from.
It's Archimedes, isn't it?
No, it replaces the helm of invisibility.
That thing gave me a nightmare when I was 5.
1 second. Clash of the Titans owl.
The
It
TikTok.
kind of looks like a steampunky owl.
It is.
Well, yes, it was. I want to say it was built by Hephaestus, but I'm double checking.
So it was steampunk before steampunk was steampunk?
Yes.
I apologize. The name of the clown is Bubo, or the clown owl is Bubo.
Yeah, Bubo. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yes. No,
That was the noise it made the whole time, isn't it? Boopo, boopo, boopo.
it was like an early Pokemon. Yes.
I
Yeah,
feel like
forged
that
by
word means
Hephaestus and
something.
sent by Athena to Perseus in his quest to save the princess Andromeda.
What are you reading?
That's
Yeah, I was reading what the owl was from. The Clockwork steampunk owl was built by Hephaestus, the forge god.
but given to Perseus by Athena. Because it replaces that helm of invisibility or something like that. Which he lost.
All that Greek mythology.
It's one of the other Deathly Hallows. Yes.
Yes.
The
Deathly
Deathly
Hallows.
Hallows.
It's a joke.
I got it. I mean, I got the fact that it was a joke. I got the fact that it was a joke.
I'm sorry. You kind of had a plain, straight face, like you're still trying to figure out where did that come from, and I was like, it was a joke. And
No, I was
I'm
trying to
sorry.
figure out. I was trying to figure out a play on the owl hooting sound.
And it likes to sit on a balcony in Belgium and watch TV.
Oh,
And eat waffles.
It leaves seeds in the planter.
pellet.
Ooh, waffles.
Persephone, I see you have a question really fast out there, which is how do I find the featured artists? A couple of different ways. Anybody can be. We have a forum that anybody can fill out the form, and you can actually find a link to that form in the low bar of every single video ever that we basically have here on the channel, unless it's a really old one, but certainly all of anything within the last year, I guess, or since the quarantine. So in the last several months. Other than that, I guess just reaching out seeing whether or not you want to do it. So I guess you could always email us as well. So, but usually I find them because Gunther goes and solicits vendors, searching for vendors in various places on the old Book of Faces and whatnot.
Under fallen logs.
And to be fair, there's a couple of us that do it, but it's me and Famous Dana.
Yes.
We try to get these or some vendors, yeah.
Minions.
So, yeah, so we have a lot of help from people to solicit and just do vendor searches, but also that information is always just out there, and super happy to have vendors. So that is something we're always looking for. Handmade though, has to be handmade.
Or you can use your feet. I mean, whatever body part they want.
Maybe elbows.
Or somebody else's maybe.
Yeah.
I've known some people with some talented belly buttons.
That is insane. I want to see that.
Have you ever seen those? Have you ever seen those belly dancers that can do the thing where they can roll like a 50-cent piece all the way down their abdomen and back up again and flip it around?
Not back
Heads or
up
tails,
again,
yeah.
but down. Yeah.
Wait, if we're counting anything made by any body part, does that mean children are arts and crafts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I 3D printed all of mine.
All of your what?
All of my children are 3D printed with my very own uterus.
That's insane.
They're owl seats.
I'm pretty sure mine have sprung forth from my chef hat, where I created them in the kitchen.
Well,
you know what? And I can legitimately sell them on Etsy since they are handmade.
Are they?
I
are they
mean,
fully
I know
made?
a suspect. I don't know if he's a suspect of, but they are definitely suspect.
They could be guilty of that one thing. Okay, you guys,
Don't
it
forget
is
to like and
9:20.
subscribe.
Oh yeah, it is. It's coming that time. Yes, what Count Morbid said. Please do not forget to like and subscribe our show and hit that bell or ring it or whatever. You get the idea. Yes. If you want to get notifications of our upcoming shows, I will say, so this Friday we're having our author reads, and our author is Keith DiCandido. So I'm very excited about that because he's a pretty well awarded and renowned author. Very excited. So, and then after the show, we'll also be having an exclusive author talks live with him on the Hedge in Discord. So,
by the way, Poppy said that she knitted hers.
Her child?
Yes, her offspring was a knitting project.
Okay. Knitting project. Oh man. Okay. So, and then we don't have anything. We don't have anything on Saturday, but on Sunday we are having, of course, handmade home shopping again, and then that will carry us over into next week. And that's probably too much for everybody to remember. So, have a good night, everybody, and we shall see you anon. Thank you for joining us. And of course, if you ever have, I should say though, speaking of, since Persephone asked about vendors, if you guys do find cool articles or anything like that you would like to submit to us to read, please, you can also send those to Gunther. And there's also a link to Submit News in the low bar as well. So
send to me nothing.
Yes, and nobody talk to Count Morbid. He's a humbug. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
What
night.
are you talking about?
Huh?